And our second entry on this interseasonal is the feature-length movie The Last Kids on Earth from Netflix, a show so obscure not only I had more trouble finding it than that damned Spirit TV show, but I also can't seem to find any sort of decent coverage for the show in general, or even a strong fan base, and when the show has that sort of reception in the year of our Lord 2019 to 2020, you know this is going to be a gem to look at. So, The Last Kids on Earth is a book adaptation made by a studio called Atomic Cartoons, which are based in, yeah, that explains the style of the show. You know, there's one thing that differs USA from Canada, is that Canadian animation studios have managed to master that non-anime style quite well, something that American studios seem to struggle doing. But regardless, the scenic town of Wakefield is fucked by space goatsies that poop monsters and apparently turned people into zombies somehow. We follow Jack Sullivan, a survivor of the apocalypse and an orphan, yes, that is a part of his character, as he survives in his city, builds a team of friends that will act as his surrogate family, and that's pretty much it. Oh, that's right, how could I forget? Jake is also quirky and zany in both modern and archaic sense of the word, and weird, and all the other adjectives that could describe roughly 85% of all modern cartoon protagonists since about 2005. And the other ones are the big musclehead bully who is the straight man of the group, the typical black friend who is also a nerd because apparently this is just part of a black best friend stereotype these days, and also a girl who is a no-nonsense tomboy that is good at everything she does, and at least she's not kidnapped by a villain, so at least we're slowly evolving. I guess the biggest flaw of the movie, besides the main hero's, let's generously call it hyperactive personality, is that the show is a bit, well, bland. I can't say I disliked the movie, it was fun to watch while it lasted. The graphics are nice looking, fluid in motion, but a bit typical for a Western cartoon. The music is forgettable, a typical action soundtrack, but at the same time, I can't really say I'd like to watch the rest of the books, cause besides being boring, the film ends on a very ending note. Like, Jack gains friends, gains a legally distinct mascot, gains a treehouse, and defeats a monster. Now what? I guess you can spin the story in any direction, modern journalism style, but I kinda have little desire to watch any more of Josh's adventures, because for starters, his antics got old very fast, even among his group of friends, and also everything was so bland I forgot most of the names already. At the same time, though Jesse was annoying, I can't say it wasn't in character, though. I mean, name me a 10 to 13-year-old boy who didn't have a wild imagination and wasn't imagining himself to do wacky adventurous stuff he saw in the movies or games, and the show does tell that all of this is basically his way of coping with everything around him. So in conclusion, it's a nice stream of noise to show your kids and also have a bit of fun watching it as well. You'll forget you watched it in about a day or so, but it sure beats being bored any day of the week. Or beating children, now that I think about it.